Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. It means the world to me. Comedy is my dream. It's my passion. If my dad ever looked me in the eyes and said, "You are enough," I'd quit tonight. So, I would never ever do this again. I got an athletic build. I'm built like a jockey. That's technically a type of athlete, people. Okay? I think people see my slender frame and they're like, I like it. I would love to see it on a horse. Somebody get that svelte young man on the back of a thoroughbred, I'd feel a lot better. I'd feel good. I'd feel like I'm about to see somebody go fast. I'm excited. My dad is a rabbi. Of course, this side of the room. I've been paying attention. My dad is a rabbi. My mom is a lawyer. I am a comedian. We're just getting Jewier by the generation. I'm going to have a son, and he's going to be a challah. Naomi said, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I do that joke there, and sometimes I say my son is going to be a challah, and then I have to say, that's a loaf of bread. And they're like, oh, all right, I get it, man. It's a joke, because his son won't be bread. I live in Nashville. Last week I did a show in Atlanta, and I don't know if you guys know this, Nashville and Atlanta, 2 different time zones. That always surprises me. Like, doesn't it feel like there would just be one southern time zone? I feel like knowing the South would be like, we want our own time zone. That would not be good news, man, if the South did get its own time zone. That wouldn't be good, because you'd have like Eastern Standard Time and Pacific Coast Time and the good old days. History buffs in the room are like, the South did try to make their own time zone once. Tried to make their own zone. Right? Did not work out for the South, thank God. I live in Tennessee, and in the Tennessee public schools, like, they'll say anything to say that the Civil War wasn't about slavery, you know? So that's like probably what they're teaching. Like that it was about time zones. Like a high school history teacher in Tennessee is probably like, it was about daylight savings time. All right, that's all that it was about. All right, that's enough book learning for today. Y'all can close your history books, which of course are Bibles. I went to a fancy private school growing up, and a lot of the kids that I went to school with for vacation would go to their family's second home. And to fit in, I would say that I also had a second home. And they were talking about their beach house, and I was talking about my dad's. I had this friend, he was like, hey man, next weekend when you want to go away to my family's place on the Cape? And I was like, yes dude, that sounds really fun, and maybe the weekend after that you would want to sleep over at my dad's. Then I had to amend that invitation and be like, well, not next weekend, but 2 weekends from now, as per my parents' custody. That's how you know who has a better second home, right? Is if the first person goes because it's vacation, and you go because that's what was decided in mediation. You know, the first person's like, spring break! And you're like, the first Monday through Thursday of spring break! And I get on the next Monday! We had fun at Bruce's, man. We had fun there. It was a good time. Bruce. Jacob and I are doing all these shows at sleepaway camps this summer, right? And we did a show at one of those sleepaway camps that has a fake-ass Native American name. You know, but it's just full of happy little white children. You know the kinds of camps I'm talking about? Camps with these names like Camp Weeby Jews. Or Camp Jeep Grand Cherokee. You know? And these camps, they do this thing where they assign different tribal names to different cabins. But, so it's like, they're like, here comes cabin 11, the mighty Chickasaw. But the Chickasaw are just a dozen 7th grade girls White girls, they're all sunburnt. They're just toasted, man. They're fried. It's like the Chickasaw engage in the ancient fabric weaving ceremony known as friendship bracelets. Their chief is Emily. The mighty Emily, man, she already got her braces off, so watch out. And when the Chickasaw come of age, they imbibe a traditional drink known as White Claw. There's something that I forgot about. Jacob and I have been going to doing these shows at these sleepaway camps. And I forgot about this until we've been in the dining halls there. Which is there's like this scientific phenomenon that happens at camp that is the kid who survives all summer long only eating toppings off the salad bar. Every time I do this joke at a camp, there's like this like scream of recognition from the kids. And they're all like, it's him, it's him, it's him. And it's never the kid himself identifying himself because he is too weak to raise his own hand. That kid spends his summer at camp and his year in the hospital. Doctors are like, we don't know how he's alive. We ran the test and he is 70% crouton. 30% hard-boiled egg. It's a miracle. It's a Hanukkah miracle. There was something girls at my camp would do where like, in order to not get in the pool at least once a month, girls would say that they had an ear infection. Like, girls would say they had an ear infection at least once a month to not get in the pool. And I was like a 13-year-old boy and couldn't figure this out, you know? I was like, why do the girls always get ear infections and the boys never get ear infections? You know? So I eventually asked my friend and she was like, well, like, we say ear infection, like, wink, wink. And I was like, I don't understand it. And she was like, we say ear infection, well, like, third time of the month. And I was like, I don't get it. And she was like, we're bleeding out of our vaginas. And I was like, you have an ear infection so bad that you're bleeding out of your vagina? How can you hear me? Is this on the pool? And boys, I feel like we should be way more concerned with this. Alright. I wish that you could have subtitles in the bedroom. Because my ex could never hear me when I tried to do dirty talk. And there's nothing more embarrassing than having to repeat dirty talk. Because somebody didn't hear you right the first time. Nobody wants to use their loud, clarifying voice in the bedroom. Nobody wants to be like, I said bring that ass over here. I said ass. And it already takes so much for me to like work up the courage to say something sexy that if I get questioned at all, I will bail. I will immediately bail. I'll like work up the courage and be like, baby, gonna fuck you so good. And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, what? What? Oh no, I just said maybe we should do like pho for dinner? Like pho would be so good? Something like that, you know? I just thought that'd be delicious, like Vietnamese. Yes, you know, some girls in the bedroom are like, I want you to choke me. She was like, I want you to enunciate. Anyways, we broke up.